Here we go. Knife, knife, knife.
All about the knifing. This, of course, if you are new to CSGO, will elect which side will be which. Winner will get to choose. And then after that, we'll be live into the pistol round. And from there on in, we're going to kick off this best of 3. Apologies for the delay. We are 30 minutes late. But let's hope it's worth the wait.
Again, a little bit of an update for those of you that may be joining us for what should be Game 2 of Fnatic and Mouse. Unfortunately, Fnatic had a prior commitment, and we have had to reschedule the game. Depending on when this game finishes, when this best of 3 finishes, we will have more information on that a little bit later. I'm sorry we can't give you the full information right this second, but, you know, it's not every time that a game goes to double overtime.
I would argue it's a very rare occurrence indeed, especially when you consider the 2 teams in question, because I would say, and the chat also would have agreed with this at the time, that Fnatic were far favourites, like big favourites going into Inferno, but you've got to give Mouse credit. Even though they ended up losing that map, they took Fnatic down to the wire. That must have been exhausting for both teams.
And again, apologies we couldn't see the last round of the map either. I mean... Yep. I wish these problems were problems that we could fix on our end, like right now with an easy fix, because then we'd be all the way into game and it would all be nice and happy, but we are bringing you the content that we were scheduled to bring you though at this time, so we figured rather than make everybody wait for resolutions and stuff like that, we would get ourselves as quick as possible into this game. And I know we've had a couple of little issues and things getting onto this server, but we're in past the knife round. I believe we're just waiting on the swap.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. This is part and parcel of CSGO, unfortunately, where you do have huge delays and a lot of time where no one really has an idea of what the hell's going on. But it appears that we are in the last few moments here of the wait. People asking for shout-outs. Normally wouldn't do this, but Nerdgins. I think it's how you say his name. Shout out to Nerdgins. Or is it the pleb Nerdgins? I don't know. But there you go, you've got one.
Oh dear. Right, okay. So we're saying swap teams and then we'll be live. So FM won the knife round. I'm correct on that, right? Because they had a... FM won the knife round.
I believe
correct.
So, yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah. So they want CT side. I think the server is kicking our admin by the sounds of it.
Could be problematic.
So, there we go. Okay, much better. Much better.
Rightio. So I think we are ready to go live here, guys, in the first round of this best of 3 between FM Esports and Wizards. If you have just joined us, if you don't know how this tournament works, this is the battle off to keep in the tournament. The loser of this is out. The winner of this will face the loser of Fnatic and Mouse to progress through to the next stages of the tournament. We have the likes of Titan and XLGB in the other team. So, in the other group, I should say. That would make a lot of sense being the other team. So there's plenty of big teams remaining, and nothing really kicking off just yet. Both Wizards and FM Esports are just trying to feel each other out.
Yeah, easy starts for both teams. Don't want to go in too aggressively, and I believe the server restart has taken the competitive off this, so we don't quite have the overlay that we normally would, but we will deal with it. Rattlesnake has taken down one before he got dropped by Lowell. And there we go. Sorry, it's just a bug on my end of things, but I am back to where I should be right now. But A site was held there by FM Esports. Wizards are going to try and see what they can do. Maybe looking towards B, perhaps, from T-Spawn.
Again, a very slow approach here from Wizards. We saw this yesterday as well. Had mixed results for them. However, 45 seconds to go. Weber's going to find himself Mason. Nice headshot there, picking him to pieces. Niels comes in with a kill of his own, and suddenly it's just Muzambani and Carly remaining. Not a good position for him to be in. That's a nice headshot, though, from Muzambani, opening that up onto RDL. He's going to have to go 1 or 2 better here, you have to feel, if he's to clutch this one for his team. Oh, 3v2. Chiari does get taken out. There's Muzambani as well from Niels, who gets his triple for the round, I believe that was. Indeed it was. And they pick up the first round.
Niels with a quick 2 at the end. Got one from ramp. Turns around, gets one coming out of Palace. Now, this is what I'm expecting out of Wizards. You can see the armor and the CZ75s coming out. Lowell is going to change that up a little bit. He is opting not for the CZ, but has got himself that armor as well. Gonna go with P250.
I'm just wondering again if we're going to see crazy anti-eco rounds, because that seems to have been, you know, the storyline of these 2 days that we've casted.
It really does. I mean, looking at things, here comes the push out by Wizards. Nobody's fallen yet, but that incendiary is going to make it very difficult for them to get onto the point. You can see Flippin got taken very low. Mason was 1 health and will get dropped. The bomb is now down. And that was a money incendiary.
Oh, that was simply huge. Rattlesnake is going to pick himself up, Chiari, but there's Muzambani once again with a CZ. This is a good round for Wizards, even if they do go on to lose this. 3 pickups on weapons is really significant. Muzambani, 1 minute 12. He's not done yet in this round. And if he can manage to get another kill, it's going to take it down into the one-on-one situation, of course, which you'd have to then favour him for. But either way, he is currently in Palace. Has spotted himself. Niels does fire out a few shots from his CZ. 15 rounds remaining for him, so he's going to have to make each and every one of them count. Has spotted Weber as well. Tries for the headshot. Unfortunately, not able to connect. And Niels moves on to a very quick 4 kills on this map. 2-0 for FME Sports.
Would have been a lot for him to do from Palace there, and as soon as he didn't get that kill on Niels, I mean, to be honest, wouldn't have been expected to get it from there either. As soon as he gave away his positioning, not a lot he could do there, so pretty much just forgoes it at that point. But as you said, they took a good few weapons from FME Sports, which is going to weaken FM's economy a little bit here, but they did pick up that round nonetheless. Going to be this kind of split into mid, and Rattlesnake might be caught out here from both angles. Gets himself one, gets really good damage, and the rest of FM are picking it up from the window. Look at Niels getting 3 kills. Hughes finishes the last member off. And my goodness, from what looked like a precarious position from Rattlesnake, he played distraction, and Niels just went crazy from the window.
Yeah, good guy Niels there, really coming good for Rattlesnake, who was the bait just dangling on the end of the line. And unfortunately, Wizards went for a hook, line, and sinker. Niels picked up 2 that were rushing through the tunnels. So a big place from him. However, that is going to be all eco rounds gone. Full buy up now from Wizards. Got full AKs. And this is really where the game starts to get interesting from them. They're going to need this round though, Stress, because we've seen a lot of teams in the past. They pick up full assault rifles, lose the round, and suddenly before they know it, they're 5 or 6-0 down.
Rattlesnake's turn towards tunnels, but does have that AWP. Couldn't quite land that shot. There wasn't a lot showing from Wizards at that point, so, you know, Rattlesnake will maneuver around to a better position now in window. Gonna peek. Ooh, I think they just caught sight of him as the smoke went through. But this is a slow-paced round. Wizards have positioned themselves up into mid. Flippin shows his back to Niels, and Niels will make him pay for that with a quick kill from short. Now, up the ladder he goes. Lowell surely would have heard that. And Wizards are kind of stuck out a little bit here on short. Flash onto Niels, blinds him for a long time there, and now Lowell is at the bottom of this ladder, but this construction area is just doing wonders for Neil. He's able to take down Lowell, and the rest of Wizards do start to fall here, although Kyrie is going to have something to say about that.
2v2. Still the AWP up for FM Esports. RDL just about getting the kill. Now he's on Barney all by himself. Sorry, did try his best, and RDL secures the kill. Again, they get 3 weapons away from FM Esports, but that was a full buy from Wizards. Now it's going to hurt them pretty hard. 4-0 already. Having a look at the economy, I would expect them to eco. I don't think they're going to full buy here. They're going to be in trouble if they do. In fact, nope, they're going against what I'm saying. They wouldn't have full grenades though.
So they saved both AWPs from the last round, did FME Sports, and we'll see what Weber and Rattlesnake can get done here. And we'll see where the Wizards also go towards mid as well, because you have to expect that that's really where Rattlesnakes are going to be hanging out, and Musambani gets punished for it. There's, ooh, I thought that was another one onto Flip in there, but somehow managed to get away with that. But now Kyrie's going to try and push through the tunnel. He's peeking, but Hughes is just going to wait him out here.
Therein lies the issue with buying up and not getting full grenades. You can get punished from mid if you don't have enough smokes. However, Rattlesnake gets his second. Kari did take down Hughes, who went huge last night, if you remember. Had a quiet first map, but came massive in Inferno. Being said, Wizards, they're still a player down. They don't have any grenades. They just got a smoke, decoy, 3 flashes. Now they're going to be trying to occupy B. Chiari takes a bunch of damage, though, from the apps area. That will be Weber pulling back now. Niels is on short. Rattlesnake's around window, moving towards A. And RDL's all by his lonesome on the A bomb site. So already, they're rotating, looking at the B site. It's only a matter of time before the info is called, and you'll see all of FM Toxic push around the B line. Weber's spotted a bunch of players. He's going to call it right now. Lowell does get the upper hand, however, so this is going to give them a whiff of a chance. Can he pick up the kill, however, onto RDL? And Niels, who's just lurking around short. Yes, he can. That's a huge pickup. There's Rattlesnake, though, with the wall bang. He's going to have to rinse and repeat 2 more times. 2v2. Mason looking at short. His teammate of Lowell's around the van, and that's going to be RDL coming in. Suddenly it's down to a 1 versus 1 situation. Rattlesnake, he's been here, done that, got the t-shirt multiple times, but he's going to have to go one more time here against Lowell. 20% HP remaining. 1 pistol shot will do it. He gets the headshot, goes for the defuse, and he should have enough time. Huge from Rattlesnake. 5-0 for FM.
Oh, it was down to that 1v1, and just the Pika touch early is not going to let them take that round. It looked like Wizards maybe had that one in the bag, but Rattlesnake held his nerve in the 1v1, played it exactly how he knew to, and just comes away with the victory. And a 5-0 start for FM is a really good start for them. I mean, we saw in chat it looked 50-50, and the scoreboard does not say 50-50 right now. It just says 5-0. So, you know, that's the early rounds out of the way. So now it's, can Wizards work through the slightly harder rounds, I suppose, but it's down to that point. It's going to be a fast push on towards A. Here they go. Floaks come. Floaks? No. Flashes. Oh, I've done it again. I've fluffed around. Take it away, Vince.
Alright, he's coming around. He's looking for one. He's got one. He's got 2 big plays for FM Esports again. And this is not looking good for Wizards. The Floaks were way too strong.
The Floaks and Smashes.
Smashes.
I honestly nearly said Smashes as well.
That, to be fair, Smashes make sense. That's what a grenade does. It smashes you in the face.
Oh, well. It wouldn't be a CS cast without me completely bungling one round. But it's okay. we got it. We got there in the end. And so did FM. FM got themselves a 6th round.
Yep.
This time it's an eco round for Wizards. They're going to go for another push on towards A. Rattlesnake tagged very hard in the back. Has now been smoked out. RDL manages to take down Flippin'. But Wizards are onto the site. They've got the bomb down. More flashes come out. RDL gets tagged very hard. They're down to 12 health. But FM is slowly but surely picking off members of Wizards. And it's down to the retake. 5 members pushing in strong. Kyrie from the boxes tries to get one. Weber burns Musambani alive. And FM get the retake.
And by the way, as well, this was Wizards' map. They chose Mirage first. So for them to be 7-0 down on T side, yes, this is probably slightly CT favoured, although it can be quite an even map depending on the sides. 7-0 is crushing. They're going to have to start winning rounds right here, right now. And I would have to feel they want 5 or 6 rounds on this half. So anything less than that's not good enough for them. And this is their map. So the alarm bells will definitely be beginning to ring for Wizards.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, while we are between rounds and then the start of the rounds, make sure you get your votes in on the poll. I mean, we'd like you to vote honestly in it. Ooh, Flippin' takes out Weber as he tries to cross into vision, but that's an important first pick. Wizards now, for one of the first times, had the numbers for a couple of seconds. Rattlesnake evens that up. And now Wizards are kind of stuck here in mid. They're trying to decide where they want to go from it. They've smoked out Connector. Maybe trying to get the rotate out of FM and then come back in through A. But now FM are going to smoke it themselves. But they're taking a lot of damage here. Wizards get the pick. Musambani onto RDL through the window. And now it's only one person left on that A site, and that is Hughes, and he's looking the other way. Flashes come through connector. Hughes bounce flashes over his head. Wasn't enough to get Flippin out of the way. And that is the bomb going down.
Rattlesnake is still alive though. He has been on fire. 14-4 the current scoreline for him. And he's got an AWP in the right place. Is he going to be at the right time though? Answer is a no. Musambani again just going big with the AWP. And that was a much needed round. We said it at the start there that Wizards needed to start getting themselves on the board. And they did just that. However, FM Esports going to be able to buy up with ease. And they're going to look to bounce right back.
I see there are some people in the chat talking about the Fnatic Mouse matchup. We will have more info on that when we can, well, as we continue on through the evening. Unfortunately, Fnatic had to pause the series at 1-0 in their favor because they had another commitment that they had to fulfill that was known about. It just went to double overtime, so can't always predict that. Oh, Musambani was peeking his head out. Somehow Rattlesnake got away with that with his life as well. But now, it's kind of this stalemate, waiting for the smokes to go. Who gets the first pick? Flippin is blind, but Rattlesnake was under pressure from the side from Lowell. Musambani picks up Weber out from the apartments, and now the rotate is on. Kyrie looking perhaps for the push through apps, but is going to second guess it and head back.
Still 5v4 situation, make that a 5v3. FM need to put some halters on the Juggernaut right now. That's Wizards, they're known for being a confidence-based side, and if they can get 3 or 4 rounds on the bounce, they could definitely pull themselves back into this map. No doubt about it. And it's going to be a nice shot, though, from Rattlesnake. How many times have we seen him do this? He will go down. Double blow for RDL before Niels will go down as well. And now he's in a 1v2. This is to pick up his 4-man. But this is a difficult situation. Good news for him, though. Bomb is down. He's got eyes on it, but that's going to be a headshot from the side. And the second round for Wizards.
Oh, man. RDL thought he'd bought the time with that Molotov. And if Wizards were half a second later, he would have bought all the time he needed for that round. But it was just too late. Not a lot he can do in that situation. He played it as best as he could, but man, that's just that unfortunate timing. And now FM Esports are now forced onto the eco.
Yep, got a couple of CZs there. Well, 3 to be precise. P250 and standard USP. We have seen crazy things happen from these weapons, and FM Toxic yesterday a couple times did actually beat Fnatic with CZ rounds, so definitely possible, definitely potential here for them. However, they've got 4 AKs and an AWP against them right now from Wizards, who've been on somewhat of a killing spree these last 2 rounds. You can see they're starting to push into A. Flashes coming out, Molotov's down as well. It's only a matter of time before the smokes are landed. Here comes one right now, actually onto Rattlesnake, and he may very well want to hide in this one and wait for the opportune moment to strike. However, that's not going to happen just yet. Mason has spotted himself a snake, and he will be cutting off the head. Musambani comes in as well, actually, with a kill. Hughes spots himself. Whoa, that's a really tasty shot, but Flippin is going to return fire. Weber's all that remains. 1v4, there's no reason for him to save this, so he's going to go for it. He wants to get as many kills as possible, damage the economy. Has picked up one, but can he connect any more kills? Yari peeking out, does get the kill on him, and that's going to be another round to Wizards.
Yeah, they're starting to build back into this now, and FM, though, this time will have the money to buy. So again, this is kind of the test for Wizards. Can they continue this form of the last 3 or so rounds and continue building their comeback into this into this half? Or can FM with this buy round shut Wizards back down to a big gap between the two? Because really this is the momentum killer of a round for FM, and they're going to stack towards B. I think they might be reading this one pretty well from Wizards here. Musambani was over at Apps, but couldn't get that peak shot onto Weber. And they've actually forced a lot of the Wizards crew all the way back towards T-spawn.
I'm quite curious how FM are going to approach this, because they need to just get around. They need to steady themselves a tiny bit. And Wizards, in their credit, have always tried something new. They've not really stacked one site over and over again. They've not kept going as they did yesterday. And they're starting to try and make some plays happen around the B apps. Now, this in theory is great, but you have to get the set pieces down. You can't just run out of here blind. They need to get flashes, they need to get smokes. Because if they don't, they're like lambs to the slaughter. Or they can just get a headshot onto Weber and it's all good. However, that's Rattlesnake coming back with one of his own from Kitchen with the AWP. Nice smokes come down, pretty much isolate Rattlesnake out of this fight for now. I'm not sure if he knows about Lowell behind the van, coming around the corner, gets one. And then he will be actually burnt to a crisp from Mason's molly. Oh dearie me. Still just Hughes remaining, picks up one, he's got two more to find and kill. Lowell just caught the glimpse of his shoulder, and he must have an idea that Muzambani's somewhere around the apps. He takes Muzambani down, he's also got to deal with the timer as well. Lowell around the van, can Hughes pull it off? No, he can't, but that was so incredibly close, and it will be a 7-4.
Man, that shot onto Muzambani in apps was just complete instinct. Peeked up, saw him, bam, one shot, and down he goes. And I mean, there were a couple of shots like that round as well, as Weber peeked his head around from that van area, jumps up, instantly gets taken out by Muzambani to open up the point. But man, you have to feel a little bit for Hughes on that one. That was a round that could have been, but Wizards continue their momentum. 4 rounds on the bounce, and while I was about to say Fnatic, but while FM Esports are 4 rounds down, that means they are 1 round away from economy boost, and they are on an eco, so they'll have plenty of money in the next round. But obviously, they want to take as much. Oh, Wizards! Bomb stuck behind the TV.
This is something I've done so many times as well, by the way. That's why I'm laughing, because I know them feels. So obviously, FM Esports have no idea that's happened. So Wizards have to play as though nothing's gone wrong. They're on an eco round, so they have to feel they're going to have the upper hand in terms of just going at it 1-for-1. And they have picked up the first kill. Mason's looking for the second as well onto RDL. He will secure that one. Chiari comes in, and Esma's on Barney, so it doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever that the bomb was dropped in somewhat of a derp position. And they do move it to 7-5. This is a great comeback from Wizards.
It was very forgiving, as you said, that it was on an eco round. Had that happened on any other round, that could have been problematic for them. But as we mentioned, there's the economy boost coming in for FM Esports, so they are able to buy up pretty handily here. And we'll see whether they can shut down this Wizards train that is really starting to pick up speed. I mean, they dropped, 7 rounds in a row, and now they've won 5. So if they can even that up, that puts them in a decent spot.
This goes to show again how much a momentum-based game CSGO really is. But just when you think that Wizards are down and out and the game is just quickly falling through their fingers, well, that's 5 rounds in a row. They've got every chance now of finishing this half, even 8-7, which I doubt many people were thinking was possible when FM Esports went on a 7-0 win spree. Still, they are playing this very slow, and that is going to go into Rattlesnake's hand. I mean, this is a guy with incredible amounts of experience. He doesn't miss very often with York, and Lowell has been put in his place. They have given away a small position, but still, I have to feel if FM Esports want to win this map, and if they want to win this game, they have to capitalize on the player advantages.
Something really interesting, not sure whether it was caught on stream there, but the discipline as Muzambani takes down Rattlesnake, the discipline from Wizards to have this kind of strategy set up. It was Misen was all the way over in T-spawn, lined up his smoke all the way into the window, and allowed Wizards to actually push down onto mid. So really, really nice communication, which is what you'd expect from a team the level of Wizards, or particularly any pro team, but nice to catch it in action during the games.
Pushing on to A right now, Hughes and Weber is all it stands between Wizards and their 6th consecutive round. Crazy statistics coming out here. And really, looking at it, I can't see why they wouldn't pick this one up, Stress. You got Hughes is just lurking around CT spawn, Weber has got an AWP and he's going to save it on B. So this is going to be 7-6. It's just a question now of if Weber or Hughes can get any exit frags. In actual fact, Hughes goes down. Maybe being a bit too greedy. I'd have preferred that he went back and saved his weapon. If Weber loses all, this is massive. Oh my goodness. I'm so surprised that they would even have peaked with those weapons.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe forgive Hughes for trying to peek it, but there was a lot of people there. But right there at the end, Weber missed the shot, couldn't quite get it, and they had the money boost, but it pretty much is just letting them have this mixed buy here. But it's a nearly an even game. 14 rounds in, 7-6 now in this 14th round, and from what was quite honestly a horrific start by Wizards, it just shows you how much it means to make sure that you can get your head in the game and get that initial round on the board, and from there, again, Meisen, you can see him. I thought he was lining up another smoke there. That would have been an interesting one. But Weber is questioning something on the server. There go the smokes into A. Flashes come out as well. Grenade onto the ramp. Meisen has that Molotov in hand. Looks for a kill there. Couldn't quite get it as Lowell does open this up with 2 here. Bomb is going to go down in the smoke. And it's 3 versus 4 in favor of Wizards. But that evens it up as Rattlesnake takes Meisen's head off with that famous. Can FM retake? They've already taken half of the site back. They just need to earn the others. Niels was caught between a rock and a hard place there. But it's Lowell and Kyrie to hold the site. Kyrie will pick up Weber, and now it's just Rattlesnake left alone. Gets Lowell from the palace. He's going to start the defuse. Surely he knows Kyrie is at ramp still. He's going to go for it. Kyrie shuts it down. And that is going to be that round in the books. And FM questioning the round timer. But
the thing is, though, Stress, I understand they're questioning it, but they weren't when they were winning. That's all I have to say. Like, when they were 7-0 up, none of this was being said.
Yeah, we'll figure things out with the admins on the server, but it is kind of strange, I'll be honest. That's an admin decision. I'm not going to get involved in that one.
Yeah.
We'll just cast it as it goes on.
Yeah. We'll probably bring it to the attention of some of the admins if we can and see what they have to say, but it's
I have a feeling FM would have already.
Yeah, true, but it's even for both teams. It's not like one team benefits from this.
I think, though, it will upset, you know, if you've got strategies that you've practiced. Obviously, it's even for both teams. I completely agree with you on that, but it will upset any kind of strategy for retakes and things like that. Rattlesnake takes down Flippin'. It's now a 4 versus 4, but look how low Rattlesnake is. He's been smoked out at window as well. But Wizards have evened this up. 7 against 7 in the last round. Weber is going to take down Kyrie. Can he get any more? Hughes will get pinged down by Lowell. And the push is on towards B. It's an incendiary. Molotov is actually going to bounce onto the site again as Lowell and Musambani round out the end of that one. And from being 0-7 down, Wizards finish the half 8-7.
I don't even know what to say. There is literally nothing in my mind that can explain what we just saw, because Wizards 7-0 down is huge. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, doesn't take a mathematician to figure that one out. But the fact that FM Esports went from that kind of scoreline to 8-7 behind, with Rattlesnake as well, by the way, top fragging with 22 kills on that half. Nearest player was 11 with Niels on his side. So the fact that Rattlesnake, their AWPer, was playing that well and they still lose that many rounds, someone else needs to stand up and share the burden. Rattlesnake can't do it all by himself. As good as he is, like, you can't 1v5.
I have a feeling he'd like to think he can sometimes.
Well, true. But it's just not likely. You need support. And now Wizards are looking to start pick up where they left off last round. Rattlesnake is going to come back though with a kill. This pistol round is so required for them. It'll stop the rot and give them a much needed economy boost going forward. Weber has been found out by Meisen, but so far is not able to get the upper hand. RDL camping behind back boxes here. Looks like this could be a round on the board for FM Esports, unless they do something dumb, like chasing Weber away. And now that they've left RDL all by his lonesome, this is really odd. Two players went to chase Meisen and doing so. They left the bomb open. Rattlesnake comes round. He does get one kill. He's going to get shut down. And the last player will be Hughes up in the palace. He's the Hurricane. He comes round. He picks up one. He gets 2. And that was such an important, critical round for FM Esports. And I thought they completely blew it for a couple seconds.
Looked like it. They were like a dog chasing their tail for a while there. But FM, maybe that's what they need. Although, Wizards, are we going to see it? I think we are, because the armor buyers are coming out. Very, very standard for them now. This time no CZs. That's interesting. In fact, I believe they're going for a mix of 5.7s and P2000s. So, how will it work? Not going to work out too well for Musambani because RDL's going to shred right through him with an HE. And that is going to put Wizards in a terrible spot as Kyrie will fall here as well. Now the push is on to, it looked like it was on towards B site, but FM are going to take this slow. They know they don't want to rush into a potentially stacked site as Flippin actually takes down RDL. That is an important pick for them. That 5-7 doing good work from Flippin. And now there were 3 members on B site. 3 members of FM now pushing in as well. Rattlesnake's already got Mason here, and that is another kill in the books. Weber takes Flippin down. FM deny Wizards that armor buy on the second round of the half, and now Wizards are on the back foot economy-wise.
Yep, they are. Got a few 5.7s, few P2000s, I think, as well as you mentioned, and P250s. So they did buy up and try and upgrade their pistols to make something happen, but unfortunately just got the 1 kill, and that's not going to be good enough at this stage of the game. So, full Galils with 1 AK. FM Esports, they're looking to push on this A site, and look at this, it's completely bare, it's completely open. Wizards went for a gamble through mid and it's not paid off. So if FM Esports just push onto this site and plant, they're in really good shape. Hughes has got the first, Neil takes off a lot of damage to the head, but Hughes gets the second. Weber chimes in with one of his own, and suddenly, before you know it, the round is over. That's unfortunate for Wizards. I can see what they were going for. They were hoping to catch FM off guard. Unfortunately, didn't quite pay off for them.
Yeah, I think that was one of those we invested so much in the last round that we need to do something a little bit different because it didn't work with armor. There's no way it's going to work without it. So let's just go see if we can get some picks, make sure that we can get ourselves back rolling in this one. But this is the round they've brought up. Musambani has himself that AWP. And Wizards, I expect, will be looking to take a lot more from this round than they have in the previous 2.
Yeah, for those of you asking in chat as well, this is indeed a best of 3. So this is the first out of 3 maps, and this is Wizards' choice on map as well. So second map will be Nuke, and third map, if we need it, will be Inferno. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what is upcoming in this match. However, we are on the 19th round. FM Esports definitely have the advantage, and they're looking to push it further. This is a buy-up from Wizards, so if they're to lose this round, this would really, really hamper them. They've got 2 now. They've got the B site right for the taking, and Lowell will be peeking out. Does get a nice shot there on Hurricane Hughes. Hughes has been pretty big these last couple of days, so he's always an important member to take out of the equation. But Wizards aren't really doing anything with this. They're just going to save, and to be fair, this is probably the right choice.
Yeah, there was only one way in after that incendiary, although look at how low Rattlesnake is, and Lowell might be able to get him. Lowell hasn't peeked him. Can he wall bang him at all? Oh, it looked like it was good. Rattlesnake peeks his head at 10% health. Not sure about that. And now Lowell may be able to get RDL as well. They're not going to win the round from it. And that is a clear out. Oh, goodness, FM. You got a little overconfident at the end of that round.
Overzealous indeed. And they're going to be able to buy up regardless. You got Weber on 10k. 9.6k for Niels, nearly 9k for Rattlesnake, so they're all right, but still, that's 3 weapons they lost for no good reason. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to completely cripple Wizards to a point where they had no assault rifles and it was a full eco again, but in doing so, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, and that could prove to haunt them as we go further on into this map.
Honestly, I kind of feel like Wizards need to tighten up their positioning a little bit. Musambani's getting peeked every couple of rounds. Like, he's getting picked off very early on. He's got to at least get that pick. That was an important one on Niels. This time gets away with it. So that opening is a lot better here for Wizards on their defensive side. And is going to go a little bit of a way here to keeping FM and keeping their economy down, I should say. And now FM have got to play this slow. They aren't aware that A really only has Kyrie and Musambani on it. But flashes and smokes are going to come out. Musambani peering up into the palace is going to get smoked out, and he's forced to push forward, and Grenade will clip him. It's actually... Ooh, I thought Weber from Connector could have got a little bit more there, but he was in a tough spot. He got taken out from the side, and now the numbers are well and truly against FM as it's only Hughes left. He was away from the bomb, managed to get Kyrie. Got picked off by Flippin.
Yep, so that is good news for Wizards fans. If you did bet on Wizards, you never know. They could still pull this one back. And this is what I was talking about before. If you go back in time to just 2 rounds ago, when FM Esports lost 3 assault rifles at the end, if they'd have kept them, they'd have been able to buy up again this round. That's how important these players can be. So now, instead of looking at potentially 12-9, they're likely going to go 11-10. And again, it's just a case of getting a bit too greedy. I think that was the problem. The Red Mist descended, they were hungry for kills, they're hungry for picking up weapons, and in doing so, they've left themselves slightly vulnerable. That's one kill to Musambani. Flippin comes in and picks himself up one as well. The bomb was down. On top of that, they do get a couple of kills in return, though. In FM's credit, they are making a go of this one. Lowell from the top of short will make short work of Hughes, and suddenly it's all on Rattlesnake. He has been, I would say, the star player of FM Toxic so far on this map, but it's not going to do much, and there's a crossfire amazing shoots your head off.
So I feel like after the first pick from Musambani, the call went out that he had an open to push him and try and get at anything they can, because he was very aggressively placed on that map. Rushes through. I honestly thought FM were going to run straight into the sights of an M4. Luckily managed to pick off one somehow pretty uncontested before falling. So, I mean, FM got a couple of kills there, which is important for them. But, you know, Wizards have now got 2 rounds on the bounce. Can they even this one up? They've got the weapons on both sides now. It's Rattlesnake against Musambani on this AWP battle. Who is going to come out ahead? Musambani is half a map away, so it's not exactly a 1v1, but looking for those opening picks. Weber pushes up through mid. Has been somewhat smoked out. And Lowell up into the window ladder. It's very slow here from both sides, apart from, look at the push out by Flippin. He's going to spot Hughes. Hughes beats him to the punch, and it's a kill from Kyrie that is going to even that up. But the important thing there is the bomb is down.
It's down, and that's going to be FM also a player down. Was 2, as I was speaking of it. Niels did manage to somewhat equalise the odds. Nice molly though, is going to do quite a bit of damage to both Weber and Niels. However, Weber is potentially going to pull himself back as Niels takes point, and Kyrie is just too strong, gets their second as well, picks up his 3rd of the round, and equalises it up 11-11. And looking at that economy again, FM Toxic, they're going to have to eco.
Yeah, they are. And they're a couple of rounds away from any kind of boost, so an eco here, they need to get a win perhaps on their next buy round, or they're in a bit of a tricky situation, because if they lose this and Wizards can hold them for another round, then they are in a tough spot. But this is an even game. Looks like our viewers were right on the 50-50 call.
Yeah, and we also said it as well before the game. We felt this was too close to call, and it's definitely lived up to the hype so far. Rattlesnake's on for his 30 bomb, and he has been the talisman, as so often for Frag Masters. Lowell on short again has pushed. This time he's not going to be rewarded for his aggression. Lowell does get the kill finally. Lowell gets his 2nd kill, and the bomb has been dropped. Gets his triple, in fact. This is an eco bash, to be fair, but still, he's putting in the hours, he's putting in the work. And that is going to be the pieces well and truly picked up by Wizards. They take the round lead again for the first time since that 8-7 scoreline.
Yeah, the Spaniards have edged forward. What can the UK squad of FM Esports do about it? See whether they can get a first map win in the books. It still seems so far away. We've still got plenty of rounds left, and man, if we go overtime again, that would be kind of crazy. But look at this push out in through Palace. They're already going to catch Niels off guard. He gets taken so low, but somehow manages to pick Kyrie off. Grenade in hand from Flippin, gets away with it, but the push is on. This has opened A site completely. But FM aren't too aware of it. That is a massive grenade around the corner onto Flippin. And the rotate is on. Musambani looks for the angle through CT, but has already been smoked off. But FM are surrounded. It is only Weber that is away from it, and with that incendiary, Mason takes him low, but how has Weber survived through this now? They try and retake the site. Lol, up onto stairs, can't quite get it done. RDL will take him down, and can Fnatic hold this? It is only Mason that remains. He's 15 health. The UK squad will even things up.
They will. Big round. Apologies for calling them Frag Masters. I'm so used to playing on their servers back in the day of CS and like TF2. It's ingrained in my brain, but I'll do my best not to do that again. FM Esports, FM Toxic, whatever you want to call them. That was a huge round, stepping up to the plate when it counted. They got double AWP as well, Stress. This is a really interesting tactic. Suggests to me they're going to try and quickly pick mid and then try and peek potentially out of B. In fact, let's have a look. Second AWP is Rattlesnake, and indeed he's going into B. Weber gets completely decimated though from Muzambani, so that double AWP comp so far has proved to be fruitless. However, they're going slow again. And this is something we've seen time and time again, especially when they've lost a player. It's completely understandable, but this is giving Flipping a chance to get round the bottom of Underpass to push himself up, and that's what he's doing, slowly but surely. He's snaking his way up. Hughes could be the first victim to fall. That's a headshot for him. Headshot on Niels as well. Huge from Flipping. Muzambani gets his second as well. Are they going to go full house and get the last kill here? One of the two of them, as RDL comes in and puts Curry out of his misery. Could very well go for the save here, RDL, but no, he's going to get taken down from Mason instead. And FM Esports, valiant attempt last round, but they do lose this one. Wizards again edge ahead.
No full house, just the two pair. And what kicked that off was Mason with the incendiary. There was a lot of pushing in through B, and I don't know why I'm drawing on my screen because you can't see it. It'd be a bit weird if you could. There was an incendiary put into apartments, really slowed FM out, allowed Wizards to push around the side, and that's the position that you saw Flippin', I believe it was Flippin' and Lowell take the two double kills from. So again, good controlling of the pace out by Wizards. They've controlled it to a point where they're 13 to 12 up. And, you know, FM, they kind of on a mixed bag this time around.
So 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They got the CZ and then 4 AKs. CZ has proven itself time and time again to be phenomenally strong as a pistol, but still, you'd rather have an AWP, as Muzambani has right now. Now pushing through, and as I speak about aforementioned Muzambani, goes massive, opens up this round, gets the second as well. This is absolutely huge for Wizards, because they forced bought FM Toxic, and this is looking bad. Rattlesnake comes back with a kill of his own, but is it too little too late? Because he's been put in his place, and now Weber is all that remains. He may
Weber
very well want to save this, Stress.
Yeah, he was off making noise over on B's site, and didn't work out. They'd already shown the bomb, and Weber wasn't able to pick anybody off because there was nobody there for Wizards either. So he's just going to spend some time in the kitchen, just trying to save that weapon. And it's going to be a long end of the round here for FM and Wizards, but Wizards are going to go hunting. And you know what? This is one of those times where maybe the server details are going to punish FM here. Because I'm pretty sure Weber's expecting the round to be over any time now. Does get his first kill though. So maybe it'll benefit him. Maybe he can take a couple of weapons away. It does swing both ways on this one as they're all pushing in through apps. You know, Weber can still, if they were being too aggressive, could still have kind of got a lot done there. But playing smartly, Kyrie is staying all the way over on A. Doesn't want to give this one away stupidly. Wizards advance to 14 to 12.
Unfortunately for Weber, I thought he was going to get killed. That's what I was going for. I thought he was about to get wallbanged. Not to be the case. Yeah, he was biding his time. It was a long time coming, actually. He was waiting there for what seemed like an eternity, I'm sure, for him. But he did get 2 or 3 kills. So that's going to weaken the economy if they can manage to pull this round out. It's going to be Wizards in a sticky situation. But again, you can see just the 1 AK on Weber, 1 CZ on Hughes. The rest of them still have the Glock. So this is looking a very comfortable 15-12 scoreline for Wizards, unless something miraculous happens. RDL, Hughes both pushing through the Palace. Niels is coming up from behind. Rattlesnake still lurking around ramp. So this is a completely A-centric push from FM Esports. But there's 2 players down on A itself. From the side of Wizards, that's going to be both Kyari and Muzambani, as we'd expect. Flippin is getting a lot of information as well through mid, as no one is there. So they pretty much know what's happening, but still Kyari pushes, was trying to get the info, and in doing so, it cost him his life. That could be the kill that gets FM back into this map.
A site is somewhat open now. Really only Musambani, but he is staring a hole in that ramp with the scope of the orb. This is patient play out of FM. Flashes come through, and the Molotov as well. But, oh, flash comes out, and Musambani manages to take RDL's head off. Bomb gets thrown forward. That's a good incendiary. He's going to zone Musambani, but it's not enough. But it is enough to put him in a position for Weber to take him down. And now FM have themselves the even playing field for a split second. But Hughes gets taken out by Meisen, and now it's Rattlesnake. He's going to fall from Flippin. 15 rounds to 12. I thought for a second Wizards might have been able to hold, but you saw how quickly, or how far forward Kyrie pushed, and whether it was impatience or whether it was a little bit of just over-aggression, it opened up that site, but they held it.
Yeah, a bit of column A and a bit of column B, I would guess, and I think he wanted some information as well. He desperately wanted to know what was going on, because as I mentioned, Flippin was in mid, looking down, and no one was to be found. So it was either they're camping in B apps or they're camping in A apps. Either way, let's find out. Very nearly cost them big. Fortunately, Musambani again with that AWP went massive. However, here comes Curry. He can make up for that mistake here, but he doesn't do too much. Just gets Weber before being headshot down. Hughes getting it back to equality. Flippin taking the equality, flushing it down the toilet, but RDL is trying his best to keep his team in this map. 15-12, everything hanging by a thread. The bomb is going down. Lowell is incredibly low on hit points as it stands on just 9, but Musambani, the man, the myth, the legend, is still alive. He has missed that AWP shot, which by his own high caliber was a bit of a disappointment, and he will be punished for that one with his life. And suddenly it's a 3v2, 3v1. FM Toxic are still in this map, and Rattlesnake, how fitting that he would pick up that last kill. And that is going to put... They should be able to buy, I think, but it's going to be close.
Flippin has 11,000 right now, so they can share the wealth around a little bit. So, I mean, it's somewhat fortunate if you're a Wizards fan that Flippin was sitting on somewhat of a bank. But now they're in a situation where they are on map point. This is a best of 3. So even if they were to take this, FM wouldn't be out, but they would be one map away from being eliminated from the first Hitbox Arena Championship for CSGO. It's all on FM. Can they get themselves back in? Because looking at the economy, it'll put Wizards likely on an eco and might send us into overtime if they were able to take the next one. RDL will open this round up, but Flippin takes him off instantly. Now the push is on towards B. Niels will take down Mason, but it's answered by Lowell, who takes Hughes away from things. But FM have kind of angled control onto the site. It's down to the plant and the retake now. Niels is very, very low. Even though the numbers are even, Rattlesnake is going to peek out. Musambani wasn't quite able to get it. But it's all down to this. Smoke's out. Rattlesnake is actually going to be saved by the smoke from Wizards as Weber takes down Flippin. But Lowell has answered back with Rattlesnake. Niels and Weber are so low right here that it's just a case of getting the picks here for Wizards. But they're getting surrounded. Lowell picks up Niels. It's a 1v1 to keep this map alive for FM. What?
Oh my god. Lowell with the slam dunk through the wall, and that's going to do it for the first map as Wizards pick it up 16-13. And what a tasty wallbang that was. Unbelievable play. I have to feel sorry for Rattlesnake. Top fragged, top score, and still lost.
Oh man. That was quite the performance by both teams, but while we get the server ready, thankfully we saw the end of